Hey. Hi. I brought back I brought back the black backdrop. Wow. No wonder I wasn't gonna be able to say that. Let me know what you guys think. I haven't filmed with it with my new camera yet, so I feel like it'll look better. Anyway, so I'm going to start the makeup by priming my face with sunscreen because I'm probably gonna be taking some photos in the sunlight. And my skin has been a little dry today, so I'm just gonna be, and plus I'm going over it with makeup, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be using the Elta MD UV Restore, which has squalene oil in it, and it leaves a wild white cast, but I don't care because I'm putting makeup on top of it. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's like, you know, I kind of feel like if you have medium skin, there's no way, like medium and on, there's no way you could use this because it's just like such a white cast. And you just want to make sure that you wait 15 minutes before you start applying your makeup after you apply sunscreen. I realize my face looks super crazy, but it's fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay, after 15 minutes, you can apply primers, whatever primers. So the first thing that I'm going to do is apply a little bit of the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. It's just like smoothing, and sometimes when I wear sunscreens, I'm literally just gonna do that much. Sometimes when I wear sunscreens, my T-zone can end up looking like very oily, so I'm just gonna place this like mostly right here, honestly, like a little bit on my chin. And I kind of feel like this primer helps to mitigate that. I don't know if it's necessarily a mattifying primer, but I do feel like it helps to like just minimize shine. For under my eyes, I'm still using that super expensive thing, the Sisley under eye concealer, Fido whatever. And same deal, I use like a really small amount just to do some color correction underneath my eyes. So I place this all underneath my eyes and I really work it in. I just really like it because it's super hydrating. It does a little bit of color correction. It's really expensive and I'm gonna use it up. That's the deal. I'm still looking for dupes. I've gotten a lot of your suggestions, but I'm still looking for the perfect dupe. Okay, for foundation, I'm gonna use my Revlon Color Stay because that's just what I've been using for a while now. Where did it go though? Just applying that with a damp sponge. I usually put like almost a pump on it and just kind of like start dotting it around my face, building up like really natural coverage. Like kind of just want to use a small amount and make it go as far as you possibly can so that you're getting like a nice even tone and coverage without applying way too much product. Like if you're like me and you have a lot of creases underneath your eyes and you do like really, really heavy full coverage concealer and a ton of powder and baking and all that stuff, like throughout the night, I'm not saying that it's not gonna last. There are definitely ways to make it last, but potentially like with your face moving and stuff, you just end up getting like creasing and caking and I don't know, I just kind of feel like less is better. And then that way you can just like, you know, go in with a little bit more in the areas where you need a little more coverage or just, you know, do some spot concealing. All right, now I'm gonna switch things up because I went back to my Tarte Shape Tape the other day and I really, really loved it. And I was like, oh yeah, dude, this used to be my absolute favorite. So this is in the shade Light Sand. And I'm going to apply this in small amounts, just kind of like around my face. I just want to make sure that sorry, my cat is being adorable right now. I just want to make sure that I'm applying nice, like light amounts. Yeah, man, I really forgot how much I loved this concealer. It's so good. Might have applied a little too much. I kind of forgot how full coverage it was. I like to go in with a brush for the hard to reach areas. So for my eyeshadow, I think I'm gonna use this tie-dye palette from, wait, I already forgot. It's Hank and Henry Beauty, but it's, whose palette? Bianca Linares? Nobody told me if I said that wrong in the last time I used it. And I'm thinking about these teal colors because, I don't know, dude, since the mint hair, I can't seem to get away from like that kind of vibe. I might actually include a little bit of that too. I'm into green. So that's the kind of the tone that I'm going for. The rest of it is gonna be just kind of like my usuals. I'm thinking for my cream blush, I'm just gonna use my Dominique Cosmetics one, Soft Pink cream blush. because it's just such a pretty color, and I feel like it'll go really nicely with those teals and the blue top that I'm wearing. And I'm gonna put this everywhere. I'm so obsessed with blush now. And these cream blushes just kind of like melt into your skin so beautifully. You can also use your sponge, but I've been really loving the precision of the brush recently. All right, and before I set with powders, I like to apply my eyeshadow primer. I don't know why, probably because I set in here. That makes sense. I'm gonna use the NARS one. This is the Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base in the shade Light. I was on the fence about this eyeshadow primer, but then I think someone said it was Allie Glein's favorite. Was it Allie Glein's? And I was like, oh, maybe I should give it another shot, and now I think I really like it. Okay, and I always set underneath my eyes first, but I'm gonna use my LC Cosmetics setting powder. It's just the best one. I've tried to like deviate, but like why? When you've got something that works, why? Just the perfect one. And I've been using a Sigma brush. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use the Wayne Goss. I can't remember what this is called. Someone always tells me in the comments, but I forgot. But it's this guy. I'm just gonna make sure this is all blended. I take that down the side of my nose to brighten around my nose into my smile line. I think it's called the airbrush. That's what it's called. And I always take eyeshadow, what? I always take my setting powder, my brightening powder, like right in here to prevent eyeshadow from sticking in that area, because this area just tends to get really dark for me. And then I'll take that same brightening powder in all the areas that I applied my concealer. So here, and someone was really confused as to why I use like two different setting powders, because sometimes I use, which I'll use a setting powder that's like my skin tone. And that is to set the rest of my face. But I want to keep the colors like consistent. So wherever I put a light shade, I want to use a light powder, and wherever I have like my regular foundation, I use a powder that's like similar to my skin tone. So I'm actually gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna dust it off, and I'm gonna go in with my Ilia Magic Sands. I don't know when this tutorial is going up, but I filmed my nighttime skincare routine, and I almost died in it. So if that's up, then you'll just, I don't know, it's dry in here. There's just like a lot of powder. I gotta move. So I'm taking same brush, Magic Sands, which is a nice light golden color. If you guys, if you're not new, then you know all these products. And I always focus it in the areas where I needed a little bit more coverage. So around my temples, I didn't really cover that up too well. I don't really care, it doesn't matter. So I focus it in the areas where I had like, I don't know, concealer, or maybe I needed a little more coverage. And then I'm just gonna kind of tap around the rest of my face, because I don't want to dry it out. But I do want to make sure that I'm setting, and this will just kind of like help everything stay in place. Bronzer. So I'm going to go in with my go-to right now, NARS not Laguna, San Juan. It's just nice, And I'm going to use, does this have blush on it? I'm going to use this Marc Jacobs blush brush, because my bronzer brush is over there. Too far, but I'm gonna apply it in a similar way. So just kind of patting motions to add some definition and warmth. This is a really nice brush, but it's Marc Jacobs, I've had it for like years, probably 5 years or something. And then for my cheeks, I'm going to start off by kind of carving out my cheekbones and then blending up onto the cheek, up to the temple, using this to add a little definition and warmth. And then that bronzer, I'm just going to take it like down the sides of my neck to make sure that it's cohesive. Okay, my contour, Wayne Goss. You guys should already know this. Wayne Goss Radiance Boosting Face Palette in light gold. I'm going to use the contour color. And I'm going to apply this with this little Revlon brush. I don't know what this is called. Oh, it's actually a highlighter brush, but I'm going to use this. So I'm going to start off with my jawline. I'm going to double chin it up. I'm going to go in here. You see all that powder? Because I want the majority of the shadow to be down there. So I'm starting here, directly on the Jabba the Hutt. And then I'm gonna slowly blend it out. And then kind of just fade it down the contours of my neck. Make it look like it belongs. I kind of feel like I don't need it for my cheekbones. I feel like that bronzer, because of the brush, really made a difference. So I'm just gonna do that. And then I'm gonna fast forward. I'm not showing my nose contour. I've changed it again. I don't wanna talk about it. Treadmill and or Peloton just started. I guess I am filming at like 6 p.m. on a Friday. All right, let's do the eyes. So I'm trying to think of what I want to do just for like my own situation. I love a one shadow look. You guys know that. Some kind of a like toned down smoky eye because I want to wear my natural lashes. I don't want to wear falsies just because like that's what I've been preferring recently. You could totally wear falsies with this look, but you want to keep in mind if you're not going to be wearing falsies, you don't want your eyeshadow to get like way too intricate because there are some looks that just look a little weird without like full glam, you know? So a good like simple rule is to just kind of keep it like a little bit more simple, like doing one color smoky eye or something along those lines, look really beautiful and kind of edgy and like high fashion with like just natural lashes. So like I said, I think I'm gonna kind of like hop around between this guy, and maybe incorporate this, but I just want to keep them like very soft, very smoky, and I really want it to work with my natural lashes. So I'm going to start off with the Morphe M573 brush, and I'm going to dip into Babe, this Babe, right? This teal right here, or aqua or turquoise or whatever. I always get them mixed up. And I'm really making sure to tap off my brush since I already have the rest of my base on. So looking down into a mirror, I'm going to blend this around my crease. I kind of want to keep these a little soft. If you want like vibrance, try using some kind of a white eyeshadow base. I like the one from KVD, the like brow pomade things. What is it called? Whiteout, Super Brow. These things will really make the color pop. But I think I want this to be a little more sheer. So I think an important thing to also keep in mind is just like looking at this eyeshadow palette, you might be like, oh my God, like those are gonna be super vibrant. And the nice thing about them is that they can be, but you can also kind of like sheer them out. So eyeshadow can be a lot more versatile depending on like how you apply it. Okay, I'm gonna grab the Morphe M433 brush and I'm going to dip into MVP, which is this color. So I'm dipping my brush in like kind of heavily and then I'm really tapping it off to make sure I get all those little like flecks off. And then I'm going to take this into the inner part of the eye. And I'm gonna pat first. Rude. And then blend to the center of the lid and up into the crease. Okay, I'm gonna just wipe off that brush and then I'm going to go in with Party, the darker teal color. And same deal, just like tapping into it. These brushes, I mean, these eyeshadows are actually really nice. Tapping it onto the outer part of the eye. So patting on the outer corner and then slowly buffing into the center and up into the crease. Okay, so I'm loving this colorful lid, but if you feel like it's kind of like a little too much, or maybe like this pop of color is nice, but you don't really want to do all of it, you can just keep the lower lash line neutral. So I actually think that I'm going to use my Wayne Goss contour palette, and I'm going to go in with that contour color to shade my lower lash line. And speaking of Wayne Goss, I'm actually going to be using, oh no wait, what number is it? This is a Reefer? Reefer? I don't know how to say it. Brush, this is the number 13. It's similar to a Wayne Goss brush. And I'm just gonna swirl around in that contour shade. And then looking up, I'm just going to buff this all along my lower lash line to push this eye bag back in space. Back in space. Bringing it out to the corner. And this is an option for people who have like my kind of under eye, because I love seeing those girls who do like the crazy upper lid and then just leave like the lower lid completely naked, but it just looks really weird on my eyes because if I don't put something down here, it just ends up creasing. And I really like pushing this area back in space, you know? So if you feel like you can't leave it completely blank, just use your contour color or your bronzer color or something. Another crazy thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this little e.l.f. flat eyeliner brush and my brow powder, the Anastasia Duo brow powder in ash brown. I'm gonna tap between the two shades on that brush. And then I'm just gonna focus this like on the lower lash line. Kind of like, I don't even know where I would describe this. Like beginning at the halfway point, and then I'm kind of gonna take it straight a little. Just to add like a little bit of definition for my lower lash line, a little shadow. Okay, I'm going to grab a fluffy brush. For my highlight, I'm gonna use, ooh, should I use Vesca? Yeah, I'll use Vesca. It's my go-to highlight. So this is Vesca Moonlight? I'm applying this with another Reefer brush, I don't know, number 26. In my inner corner, as well as my brow bone. I don't know if it's a Reefer or a Reefer. This is really bothering me. This is the number 18 brush. And I'm gonna just kind of pat it onto my cheekbones. All right, for my lashes, I want to do just like normal, my natural lashes. I'm actually going to be using my Clio Kill Lash. This is the Super Proof Long Curling Mascara. And I'm using yet another Reefer product. It's the lash curler. So I just want to give my lashes a quick curl. This is a really good lash curler, just so you guys know. Just started using it, but it's really nice. My favorite thing to wear is not something heavy like a liquid lipstick. A lot of people think that like a liquid lipstick is the best option because it's like dries down and it's supposed to last, but I personally find that they kind of like flake throughout. Like even if you have the best formula ever, oh, could be a contradiction because technically what I'm gonna be talking about is a liquid lipstick, I think. But my favorite product is the NYX Lingerie XXL liquid lipsticks, I guess. But what's really nice about these is that like if you pat them out, they become like stains, like these beautiful, here I'll show you. You might already know because I wear these all the time, but you just pat it out and it becomes this really beautiful stain. So the best option honestly is to pick something that's gonna be close to your lip color because if it fades throughout the night, it's gonna look fine. And it's easy to touch up because you can just like take a little bit under your finger and just kind of like pat, you know? And I think I'm actually going to wear this one for this look because I feel like it kind of matches the blush color that I'm wearing. And this is Max Out. So it has kind of like a purpley pink finish to it. But if I blend it out on my lips, it actually looks like pretty similar. you know, to the color of my lips. So you can do this with a regular matte lipstick. Just put a little bit on your finger and just kind of like tap it out. The trick is just to line your lips first. So you give them some kind of shape and something to blend into. Dude, there's black eyeliner everywhere. How did this happen? Yeah, I'm actually gonna start off with this Huda Beauty lip liner, which I have not tried yet. This is number 2, Pinky Brown. I might need a contour shade. You could also do this technique with just a lip liner, like line your lips, fill them in, and then just kind of like pat. Because lip liners are typically meant to be long lasting. Oh, I have this Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in Gone Greige that someone recommended me, and it's more of a cool toned, like purpley color. I'm gonna try that. All right, and then I'm going to go onto my lips with Max Out. I'm gonna cover my lips in this. And then I'm gonna go onto my finger and pat. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, let me know if you wanna see more videos like this. I like this look, I can't get away from green. All right, guys, my battery is blinking. It's about to die. So I'm gonna go, and hopefully I will see you again at some point.